Hello. I just wanted to touch base with you and go over one of our larger upcoming assignments, and that is the Weather Journal. About 2 weeks ahead of time, I will start sending you constant email reminders about starting your weather journal. You need to start your weather journal at least 10 days before the due date because it's a journal and you have to keep track of the weather for 10 days. So, depending on the semester, you can go over to your modules. And again, about 2 weeks ahead of time, I will start making a announcement specifically regarding the weather journal, and I will start putting the weather journal instruction pages. If you're bored and want a little amusement, you can watch my Kansas Weather Journal video from the spring of 2020. And then if you come down here, you will see all of the weather journal instructions. So you've probably heard people say the weatherman's wrong all the time and still gets to keep his job. Well, that is a testable hypothesis. And so what we're going to do is test it. The first thing you need to do is determine your forecast area. It's probably a lot larger than you think. And then figure out how the probability of precipitation is calculated. For those of you in Arizona, I know this isn't a huge one for you, but for us out here in Western Kansas, we're always mad about when the weatherman says we have a 30% chance of rain and then we don't get anything. And then step two, you need to use a website or weather app and record a 10-day forecast. If you're using the National Weather Service, that's actually the one I recommend, but their extended forecast is limited to 7 days. You'll have to use something else to get the other 3. You can actually take a picture of the 10-day forecast if you want and put that into your journal, or you can just simply record it. Okay, most 10-day forecasts are pretty basic: high temp, low temp, and chance of precipitation. Sometimes they'll be a little more detailed. Then you need to record the forecast for the next day, the 24-hour forecast. You're going to leave the 10-day forecast alone once you put that down. And then every day you'll record the 24-hour forecast. Just be consistent when you record it. If you want to do it in the evening for the following day, fine. If you want to do it first thing in the morning for that day, that's also fine. Just try to be a little consistent. You will notice that the 24-hour forecast does change throughout the course of 24 hours. And then you're going to record the actual daily weather, the high temp, low temp, humidity, all that stuff. Depending on your area, depends on how detailed some of the information is. So for example, Wednesday's forecast is a high of 72, a low of 43. That predicted 43 will probably occur early Thursday morning. So when you're checking the actual weather, when you check it, just remember that that 24-hour period, if you're using National Weather Service data, they go midnight to midnight. But technically, with the forecast, that 24-hour period is more one morning, say 6 a.m., to the next morning, 6 a.m. That's just something you need to be aware of. So after 10 days, you're going to analyze the data. You're going to consider high and low temps within 5 degrees to be accurate. And again, you need to understand the size of your forecast area and how the probability of precipitation is calculated before you determine how accurate the forecast was. And so you need to determine both the accuracy of the 10-day and the 24-hour. And then you need to research the climate for your forecast area. And then you need to decide if that matched up to what you were actually seeing weather-wise. So, for example, if you kept your weather journal from March 9th to March 19th, that's the climate data you would collect. If you kept your weather journal from July 1st to July 10th, that would be the information you need to collect. If you kept it from October 15th to October 25th, that would be where you would need to collect your data. Then you need to write 150 to 200 word summary analysis of the accuracy of the climate, or actually comparing the climate data to the actual weather data. And then in step 7, you need to write a 250 to 300 word reflection, identifying the forecast area, discussing the accuracy, and explaining how the POP is calculated. Down here at the bottom, I've given you a template. You're more than welcome to use this template. I did attach a Word file to this, so you can. You just need to change the dates. You do not have to use this template. You are free to set it up however you want, as long as all the information is there. Then below that is the rubric for the assignment. Please pay attention to that, as some parts carry a lot more weight than other parts. As always, if you have any specific questions on this, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be sending you various reminders about this assignment, because you do need to start it ahead of time. Have a great day. Bye.